When we get into our 60s, we certainly have a lot of things going on and things that we need to figure out. I'm going to talk right now about Medicare. Medicare is obviously one of the biggest things that comes along in our 60s, and we need to make sure that we get it right because we can mess things up if we don't do things the time that we're supposed to do things, the way we're supposed to do things. So let's just go through the steps as we're turning age 65 on what we need to really do. First thing is confirm your Medicare start date. So just because you're turning 65 doesn't necessarily mean you're going to come into Medicare. You may still be working. You may plan to work past age 65 and stay on your employer coverage, and that's perfectly okay, but you need to confirm what you're going to do. So first thing to understand, if you are going to come in at age 65, Medicare will start on the first of the month that you turn 65. So if you turn 65 on June 28th, Medicare is going to start on June 1st. So you need to be ahead of this schedule so that we get everything lined up and ready to go. Now, something most people don't know also, if you're born on June 1st, it's going to start the first of the previous month. So in this case, it would start on May 1st. So if you're born on the first of the month, it's going to start the first of the previous month. So again, we need to do things well ahead of time. You have an open enrollment window that lasts for about 7 months, but really that doesn't play into it. You need to do this at least a couple of months ahead of time. You can set things up to 3 months ahead of time, but certainly do it earlier than later. It'll just take a lot of stress off your plate. Now, decide if you need Medicare now. Are you going to continue to work? Do you have coverage, which is group health insurance coverage from an employer that has 20 or more employees? There's a line here. So you need to have an employer with 20 or more employees with regular group coverage, so that way you don't face any penalties down the road. Now, your spouse may also have coverage that you're on through the employer. And most of the time, from what I see, it makes sense for the spouse to come off that group plan and go into Medicare because the employer is not paying for any of the premium on the spouse. So it's almost always less expensive to come into Medicare, and Medicare is generally better coverage. A lot of times it's much better coverage than the employer plan. So keep that in mind too. If you're the spouse of the actual employee and you're turning 65, it can be complicated if the employee is turning 65 and the spouse is less than 65. So that's a different story, and I have videos on that. When we're coming into Medicare, we need to enroll in Medicare Part A and B. And generally, if you enroll in B, it's going to come along. So I made a URL to do this. You can generally do it online without too much trouble. And if you go to startpartb.com, it'll take you right to the page on Medicare where you enroll and set things up. And again, we want to do this well ahead of time. It can be delayed with government bureaucracy and things like that that'll just slow things down. So get it done early. That way you'll have it. You'll get your Medicare card in the mail. It'll have a start date for Part A. It'll have a start date for Part B. You need to make sure that those are exactly the ones that you need to have. So just check your dates and make sure that it does exactly what you want to do. Now, when you do come into Medicare, your big decision right off the bat is how you're going to get your health coverage. Are you going to stay with original Medicare, generally with a Medicare supplement or Medigap plan, or are you going to go into a Medicare Advantage plan? If you've seen any of my videos, you know I have strong opinions against Medicare Advantage. I would never choose Medicare Advantage. I would do anything that I could to stay with original Medicare. And there are creative ways to stay. If cost is an issue, that's usually the biggest objection is what the Medicare supplement plan costs. We try to keep things around $100 a month, but there are plans that are less than that if that's the driving factor that can keep you with original Medicare so that you don't have to deal with all the restrictions in Medicare Advantage, the pre-authorizations, the referrals, the networks, all that stuff. Original Medicare just gives you so much more freedom to do the things that you're going to want to do. Now, if you're going to stay with original Medicare, then you need to pick a Medigap plan or a Medicare supplement plan. That's what we do. We help with that, and there's no cost to you to let us help you. So hopefully you'll just fill out the form on my website at MedicareOnVideo.com. We'll email you a quote for everything that's available in your zip code, and just make sure that we get the right plan at the right price that'll be the best value in your situation. So we certainly make that as easy as possible. You may or may not want to get a Medicare drug plan if you're staying with original Medicare. I have opinions on that as well, that if you're not taking expensive medications, you may not want to get a drug plan, but you could also get one likely that has zero or very little premium to it. So it makes sense to do that. And then that way you don't have to worry about things down the road if things change. So coordinate your retiree or employer coverage. So things to understand: when you're leaving work after age 65, COBRA does not count as creditable coverage. So you don't want to go on COBRA before coming to Medicare. You want to just go into Medicare at that point. Retiree plans are a little different. They also don't count as creditable coverage, but if you're with a large employer or the federal government or something like that, you may have that retiree coverage for the rest of your life. So that may work out very well as well. Now, premiums for Medicare. Part B does have a premium. Right now, it's about a little over $200 a month, and it's going to cost that regardless which way you go. Whether you go original Medicare or Medicare Advantage, you'll always have that Medicare Part B premium. Part B premium is also subject to what's called IRMA. IRMA is a income-related adjustment. So the more you make, the more you're going to pay. That 202 could go all the way up into the 600s depending upon your income. And make sure you look for videos as well on IRMA. I go through that pretty clearly so that you don't get completely shocked when your bill comes for your Medicare Part B premium. Now, the way Part B premiums are paid is if you're drawing Social Security, they will take it out of your Social Security check. If you are not drawing Social Security, they're going to send you a bill, and it will be a quarterly bill. And I've seen it where they get a little delayed and they actually want 2 quarters. They're going to send you current quarter and the next quarter. So that can be 6 months worth of your Medicare Part B premium that may come in a bill to you. So you want to just make sure that you're prepared for that and that it's not a complete surprise. But again, doing all this stuff early is what makes all the difference in how smoothly it goes. So we're happy to help with all that. That's what we do. Just give us a call. Visit MedicareOnVideo.com. I have a tremendous amount of information on MedicareOnVideo.com in the guides and forms section that will help now and down the road. So make sure you kind of bookmark that and then give us a call. We're happy to walk through everything with you. Hope you found this helpful. Have a fantastic day.